Vivian might seem like a pretty common name, but among Chinese Americans, it's especially popular. It turns out that there's a fascinating mix of pop culture, history, and language that may have played a role behind the name's popularity. While Vivian is not consistently ranked in the top 100 names nationwide, according to the site 23andMe, the name has grown the most among Asians and Pacific Islanders between 2000 and 2010. And public data sets online show that the country with the largest proportion of people named Vivian is surprisingly China, with 0.15% of the population, followed by Taiwan as well as Ghana. One possible reason traces back to the influence of the film Gone with the Wind and its lead actress Vivian Lee. Although it would be an oversimplification to say that this is the only cause, Gone with the Wind was one of the most famous Western novels and films introduced to China in the 20th century, particularly after the period of reform and opening up. Even in the 21st century, the story continues to resonate with the Chinese audience, with the most recent widely available Chinese version of Gone with the Wind being released in 2010. Vivian Lee's portrayal of Scarlett O'Hara left a deep impression on Chinese audiences. Scarlett struggled to preserve her status, family, and identity amid the collapse of the Southern way of life, mirroring the experience that many Chinese families had during the Cultural Revolution. When Chinese families later selected English names for immigration, education, or international business reasons, many chose Vivian, adapting it from Vivian Lee's name rather than the character Scarlett. Phonetic simplicity played a role. Syllables like V and An are easier to pronounce for the Chinese speaker than the consonant cluster in Scarlett. This isn't the only time that pop culture and representation may have shaped naming trends in the Asian American community. When Chinese American journalist Connie Chung became a recognizable name in the 80s and 90s, many Asian American families began naming their daughters Connie, inspired by a woman whose success they hoped their daughters could aspire to. So while Vivian may just seem like another name, its popularity among Chinese Americans and overseas Chinese shows how people often find connection in identities and histories beyond their own.